DCP Fitzgerald Diago. Chief, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Labrador Drug Enforcement Agency, we welcome you, thank you for honoring our invitation to this press conference. The LDA remains resolute and unwavering in its commitment to restore dignity, professionalism, discipline, and public confidence in the operations of the agency. As part of our ongoing reform and rebranding agenda, the administration has adopted and continue to enforce a zero tolerance policy toward misconduct at all levels. Let me be clear, unprofessional behavior will not be condoned under any circumstances within the Labrador Drug Enforcement Agency. In furtherance of this commitment, the agency continues to make deliberate investments in capacity building and institutional strengthening. Currently, 110 LDA officers are undergoing professional training at the Labrador National Police Training Academy. Additionally, arrangements are underway for several senior officers to partake in specialized in-service training programs. These initiatives are intended to reinforce discipline, strengthen professionalism, and align the agencies with best practices in modern law enforcement. It is against this background of reform and accountability that the administration of the LDA mandated the Board of Internal Inquiry professional standards to conduct a comprehensive administrative investigation into allegations of assault involving Officer Solomon Bondo and Faith Willie. The incident under review reported occurred on January 6, 2026, and involved a female suspect who was in the custody of the agency. Instead of adhering to establish administrative procedures and due process requirements, the professional standard ensured that both officers were afforded full procedural fairness throughout the investigation. This process included the voluntary submission.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. I'm taking up coverage. The rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow living in the street with her children.
Carter, Major Headlines here on the program The Round Table. It's a pleasure to be on your stream tonight. My name is William McGill, and shortly we will be having on our guest from Bixer Production. I nearly say Bixer Empire. So we're going to talk more about, his project, his involvement into the film industry, especially someone from Liberia trying to, produce a lot of great movies. Let's take a break with this song. When we get back, we'll introduce James, who is also with us on the show tonight.
No glory, no help for women. That's people do you love? How many people do you cherish?
So, welcome back, guys, and it's a great pleasure to be on your radio tonight. Let me say good evening, James, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Roland. Uh, we are grateful again to be here on the roundtable. The roundtable is where we discuss issues surrounding Liberia, the part of Liberia as well, to including some of the solution or the remedy to the problems that we are experiencing currently or that we may be experiencing as a nation or as a continent or let's just say as a world in total. So we want to say welcome to all of you that are watching. I think this is your platform. This is where you can also come. Uh, Like William said, uh, we are trying our possible best so that we can also try to get some of the, the viewers your own view as well on the show. I think that is really going to be cool. So we are grateful to be here this evening again.
Thank you for always coming on. And tonight we have Abel. Abel is from Bixer Production, uh, and he's doing pretty great with the movie industry there in America. Let me say good evening to you, Abel, and welcome to the program. Hello, are you there, Abel? I don't know if
I
you're hearing
think it's muted.
us. Uh, I think that should be from his end. Not yet. Can you hear you, Abel? Yeah, we can hear you. I don't know if you're hearing us or yeah, but let me see. He said he can hear us. What is it? Uh, can you can you just join over? I don't know, but I think I'm hearing the click of your laptop. Can you join over? Let's see if it works from that angle. Yeah, but we got a lot more to talk about. Okay, so it's great now. Yeah. How you call it? James? Hello. Uh, okay, I think I need to. Alright. James, are you there? Hello, James, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see if Abel can rejoin us. But in time, let's kick off with our discussions, right? Uh, Basically, we have a lot happening. Let me say, for the content builder, a lot of unexpected things happening in the content meet. And in as much as, okay, I think Abel is here. Let me try to add him. Good evening, Abel, and welcome.
Good evening, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Uh, let's say welcome to the program. This is not your first time. The last time we had you on was Mr. Abu and myself.
Right.
Yeah. So
Thank
let's
you. Thank you.
get to let's get straight into business, right? Because we've had almost most of the time out of the show now. You about to kick off a project in Liberia called, What They Last. Could
Right.
you mind telling us more about this project? But before that, just tell our viewers who's Abel.
Hello, my name is Isabel. I'm a filmmaker here at Big Sur Productions, and we do films, corporate commercials, music videos, and weddings. But primarily, we're trying to shift our focus towards film. And we do have our latest project, like you pointed out, with Elias currently casting in Liberia. Can you hear me clear?
Okay. Um, so basically,
Hello?
you are about to run a project here in Liberia, and
Yes.
this project is titled With the Last. Could you mind
Yes,
telling
sir.
us the motive behind this entire project? Is it okay now, James?
Okay, I think it's better now.
Hello?
Yeah, we're getting you
I
now.
don't know what's the problem.
Your mic
Hello, James?
is a bit. I'm getting you. I'm getting you now.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know why Abel left. Let me see what I can do quickly. Hello? We having a lot of problem tonight. Just a minute, James. Let me see if I can use uh let me see if I can use the mic. I don't know what's happening. Even my laptop mic is not also working.
Mhm.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I'm getting you.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, we're getting you.
Okay.
We're getting you.
Cool. It seems to be some issue. I was receiving a call and then everything went off.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Yes, sir. So back on the topic, or do we continue from where we left off?
Yeah, so go ahead
Yeah.
and yes.
Yeah. So Will Their Lives is a social experiment, I would like to say, with couple testing on voices primarily to see if the individual will be able to last with just voice alone, right? So they initially come into the house, obviously as singles, and they get to choose their mate or who they will be able to stay in the hospital moving forward for the next 7 days, purely on voice. So we go through and we have a divider between the individuals, and they just get the chat to get to know about each other here and there within 5 minutes time, and just decide within that time frame who they want to go with moving forward. So that is just a social experiment we're trying to see, like, will a couple be able to lie just on voice alone, just based on voice alone? Would they be able to make that right decision to say, hey, this is the person I hear from that voice, I hear hi Ernest, I hear the what's it called, I heard the determination or whatever it might be, career or education and things like that. All those things, can it actually be able to determine that from just a voice alone?
So it's a more of a social experiment.
Yes.
And my question would be, I are you gonna host this for maybe some minutes, or because when I read the flyer, I felt like the show is basically going to be like, almost like we have similar, live show in like in not in like, yeah, I can say Liberia, like the Be Brave Liberia.
Right. So I would like to say it's a bit different from that, because well, there lies again. It is a social experiment. We're trying to see if couple would be able to lies based solely based on voice alone, right? But also we are including a lot of cultural challenges within this episode, within this pilot. So this is not the entire season. This is just a pilot episode we're filming, again, to be able to see that is this something we can continue for the next stage? After the pilot episode is done, based on the viewership, based on what we get, the reaction we get from the audience, from the public, then we'll move into actually go ahead and develop a full season of it. But this is just a pilot episode. Can you hear me, Claire?
Yeah, yeah.
User to
Willie?
be able, yeah, yeah. What are some things you've already put in place to be able to, making this pilot project a successful one? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I do hear you. There's a lot of preparation behind the scenes, a lot of documentations that is needed to make sure this is a success. The very most important thing right now that we still like is a location. So we're still looking to find a location ideally that will be able to host all 10 individuals in. And then
So
again,
so
have
good.
these. Can you hear me clear? Can you hear me?
Williams. Williams.
Yeah, I'm not hearing you, Claire. It's going in and out.
Oh, but are you getting me as well?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I think we learn should be having an issue there. So for the movies now, what extra benefit is it going to bring to Liberians?
Uh, I guess you could say it's solely based on what they choose to take away from it. At the end of the day, I'm looking to explore more of the talents in Liberia, bringing what's the word, filmmaking as a whole. And again, we see other African countries near our neighbors and stuff like that. They are already at this level when it comes to filmmaking, when it comes to cinema, and that's something I'm really trying to push forth with and explore the talents and stuff that we do have in Liberia. And I don't see much of that on the internet. And I'm searching to see actors, I'm searching to see this and why not, but majority of what I'm seeing is Nigerians or South Africans or Ghanaians, but I'm hardly seeing in Liberian per se. And the only other thing that I've seen that's notable would be Love We Are production and then Frank Atus as well too. That's really about the only other productions I see out there that are, I would say, flourishing at the very least. But I definitely want to tap into the filmmaking space of Liberia because I feel like there's so much more to obviously do because it's not even established yet. It's not fully established yet. to where we will have a lot of talents and stuff once we post a casting call to actually move forward with. I literally just posted a casting call for 2 of our projects that we have growing over here. And within less than 24 hours, we have like 20 or more folks just reaching out in each project saying, hey, I want to be casted for this. I want to be casted for this role. And when we come to Liberia, that is hardly ever seen. Those opportunities that you post there possibly are seen and ignored, even with the casting call for with the last. There are simple prompts and stuff that are placed on there, but yet they're not following through. And that's something I just want to be able to break that bridge to where people got to understand these are steps that you need to take in order for you to secure certain positions. And it don't just come to you just like that to say, oh, hey, Frank, here you go. There's a role of Jonah, and you're going to be, casting for this role and whatnot. And that's something I'm really looking to see. Like, again, how is a Liberian film, film industry like? So at least by being on ground, I will be able to see firsthand, see like how things are playing out over there.
So William is still muted. I will not get in here. I don't know why. Williams, I think you have to
Hello.
check.
Yes,
I
I
will.
hear you.
Okay.
So, sorry, I literally had to mute my stuff and I forgot. So, my question now is, there's a lot of challenges when it comes to, you know, catching out in terms of your investment, because we understand movie has to do a lot of investment equipment wise, like you talk about getting the space for you to be able to pilot this project. What are some things you are already, or let's say you are already thinking on to be able to use as a means of catching up, or you just saying, all right, since I'm just trying to enter the Liberian film industry, this is something I want to try and see how it goes.
Right. So that's actually perfectly said or perfectly captured, because this is a try and error in itself to see, okay, what can we do? And again, if it's something that is not welcome or it's something that failed, we assess that to see how we go about it next time. With it lies, again, it's a pilot episode because I wouldn't rake filming an entire season. Again, now I'm looking at the casting call that we do have, or the casting that we do have for What It Lies. We're not having a lot of applicants, and the applicants that we do have, very few, or I would say, yeah, very few of them are not properly following the instructions that are given. So it's becoming very difficult to reiterate that, hey, you need to do this in order for us to actually consider you for the role. So with just that in itself, there are a lot of people, I would say right now, that won't even be considered for moving forward to the next step. So imagine we actually casting for a full season and we already put a lot of funds and stuff into productions or pre-production and moving forward to production. That would just lead us to come to where there's about 5 people that are ideally, what's called appropriate, I would say, for the role. So now we pulling back to see how different strategies and stuff we can use. Right now we use Gary the Blogger to help promote that, to at least get more eyes and ears on, again, What It Lies, to see like, hey guys, this is actually legit. This is something that we're actually trying to do in Liberia and whatnot. So comes through, and again, it's not free because at the end of the 7 day, we actually have a winner who takes away what I believe we said. I'm not sure how much is $1,000 or $1,200 worth in Liberia, but whatever it is converted to Liberian dollars and stuff like that, that's how much the cash prize goes with. So that just a tip of the ice on what we actually plan to do for the 4th season, and that's just something, again, stressing this out. I can't stress it enough. This is just something that we're trying to have folks to understand, that we're trying to bring this opportunity for you guys to actually see and explore, again, every bit of your talents. So if you're someone who trying to be an actor and stuff like that, this is one way where you can emerge from it, right? If it's love purely that you're seeking, that you're looking for, this is a way to actually go about it as well too. So hopefully there's a positive impact from what we're trying to do.
you talk about the price aspect, which has also given me some clue to ask few questions, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you talk about someone winning, how will you determine a winner? Is it from the composition? How will you?
So the winner for the pilot episode specifically will just be solely built based off what the hosts and the producers actually decide. For the actual season is going to be a live vote to where the audience will be voting for the contestant to say, this person again
Perform.
each and every. Can you hear me clear? I think I
Yeah,
went
go
out for a
ahead.
bit.
Yeah.
Each and every duties, each and every challenge and stuff. They went through each and everything, and they actually uphold to every duties, whatever the case may be, every responsibilities, right? So for this pilot episode specifically, is literally just the host and the producers who are going to be deciding who actually goes away with this, and with that, it would be more so like what's it called? If the individual is prone to stay in his relationship to where they actually took their experiment very seriously to say I'm actually looking to develop something more with this, and they're just not playing games to where it's like okay, they're looking to win the prize and play along with it until they win the prize to say okay, I'm good. And again, how are we going to determine that? That's only based on the host and the producer to actually come up with that judgment.
I don't know if James want to ask, but let me ask this
My
quick
camera is out. Can
question.
you see me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
go
ask this
go
quick.
ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So
Willie, you're mute. I cannot hear you properly.
hello. Can you
James,
hear
can you
me?
hear Willie?
Yeah, I'm getting him.
Unfortunately, I cannot. Can you repeat whatever question he's asking, please? I cannot.
Abel, can you hear me? So I'm asking, right? Now, are there age range because it's love oriented? So are there anything that has to do with age?
So he's asking as to whether it's something that have to do with age. Let's say maybe from 18 years and above.
So yes, I believe we put out 21 years and above because there will be alcohol involved at some point. For what they will be doing, and I'm not sure. Again, the legal age per se over here is 21 and above, and we want to keep it at least at that level moving forward. To again, we looking at maturity as well to each and every contestant in there to make sure they're held to a certain rules and certain standards and whatnot. So I believe 21 was a reasonable age to actually start from and move forward.
Do you want to ask James?
Yeah, so this is just a pilot project that you want to launch in Liberia. Now, if this having to work, uh, are you going to maybe have a studio here in Liberia, to maybe having some of those talents that you're going to have from the pilot? Are you going to have a studio here, or how is it going to work?
Yes, we actually already processed the registration for Big Sur Productions in Liberia. We are working on developing studio space over there, but it's more solely to have that community of folks that Big Sur know for a fact if they were to post something out, we're gonna have an outreach for that. We're gonna have folks who are coming like, okay, asking questions. What this project about? Okay, I want to apply for this. So going through with a lot is just to establish again Big Sur as a brand in Liberia as well.
Okay. I don't know if I can still hear me, but yeah. I guess if not, Aku will surely, relay on. So now we've talked more about this project. Quickly, you've been producing a couple of movies, short films, and everything, right? I want to know where are places people can be able to watch your movies for now.
So he's asking as to whether because you've been producing a lot of movie as well,
Mm-hmm.
uh, where can Liberians or people around the world go now to watch some of those movies that you guys been producing all the time?
You can visit our YouTube channel, Big Sur Productions, on YouTube. We have a few of our projects on there, and our latest project we just dropped, The Other Side, is actually going to be premiering on YouTube on the 21st of January of this month. We're going to have The Other Side on there. And just to say as well, too, to add more to that, we are looking to do a bigger production in Liberia after we did last in 2027 next year. A full feature film we're trying to do. So again, this is trying to establish the name, the brand in Liberia to let people know that we're in business at the very least. To say that if we're to come back again, these are the expectations that we're coming with. This is something that you can actually entrust us with. You can trust us with your talents and stuff to actually go ahead and put it out on the big screen over there.
James, you
So
can
so
just
in yeah, we have been able to watch a lot of movies like our sister country around us. Sometimes they portrayed, their cultures and all of that. Now, if this happen to work, do you look forward to maybe portraying the culture of Liberia in some of those movies?
Yes, sir. Actually, the film, the script I'm working on right now is actually going to be all Liberian based. Um, I want to explore much of the culture that as I can. And one of my biggest thing with the filming in Liberia or moving forward to filming in Liberia is to recognize our language, recognize our English, and actually stick to our colloquia and actually be proud of what our colloquia is and how it sounds. Because we have again other countries are not shy of their language or not shy of their English or whatever the case might be, and we over here trying to convert and merge our language with somewhat of a American English, and that's something that is very off-putting personally for me. And I would like to hear more of Liberian colloquia moving forward in most of the works and stuff that I see out there. So for this film specifically, we currently have a running title first on air now. City of Quiet Drums. Is actually going to be where we're looking at the very least to start casting around the third to fourth quarter of this month in Liberia, and we're gonna start production in I would say maybe the second or third quarter of next year in Liberia as well too. But again, it's mostly exploring the culture of Liberia, exploring the culture of drums. We know that drum is a symbol of what's it called, of celebration. We use drum for what's called funeral passing and things like that. We use drum
Mhm.
to express our emotions. We use drum to send messages and things like that. There's so much that comes from playing the sound of a drum that could really get to an individual. So it's literally going to be exploring the whole scope of drums and what each and every phrase actually means and carries. But it is going to be a fictional piece with a lot of fictional characters, so based it's not based solely on Liberia. It's loosely based on Liberia, but not solely based on Liberia. To where we don't want obviously note confusion in the history of Liberia, but we're definitely going to be basing everything within the coastal city of Liberia.
Okay. Williams.
yeah, you could just end up from that end because I guess Abel can't say it, man. So you can just run up. So we let Abel go and continue on the show.
Yeah, so we should be letting go of you now because you should be having other issues. But what's that message, that final message you may have to give to Liberians that are watching this video or that may be watching in the coming days to come?
Please be proud of who we are. Please hold on to the culture. Please further explore the culture, further explore opportunities that will bring greatness to Liberia, and never let go. Again, never let go of the culture. Literally embody the culture, embody who we are. Never let go of our voices because our voices is very important. As we lose that, now it's gonna be like or American English. We need that colloquy, and we need it to be present out there. There are many people. Once I speak to them, oh, I like your accent, that's cool. We need that. Similar like in Nanja and whatnot. And you find us sometimes even speaking like the Nigerian, speaking like the Jamaican, and Patois and stuff like that. We need to be very proud of our colloquy and we need to hold on to that. So
So
please,
so
if you
lastly,
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Lastly, just in your wrapping up, you can just tell the time as well and the date for the event.
For will it last or which date?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The day you're going to
Oh,
start and
so
everyone
where
part
that
of that.
lies is roughly we are looking at April, but again, that is solely based on the participant that we do get. So as we go to the casting call, if the casting call is not sufficient, we won't be able to produce the pilot episode, unfortunately. And I do not just want to select just read about any person for it, just because we're trying to fill a gap to do the show. I want to do it right. I want to do it professionally. I want to do it with quality. Again, that's what Bixer is, and I don't want to push him to the brand just to again fill the gap. I never ever want to do that. So again, it totally depends on the amount of casting that we do get and if we do fill casting before the end of the month. But we're looking at April.
Okay, that's good. But are you still accepting people who may be
Yes.
applying?
Yes. The
Okay.
application is online. You can reach out to our WhatsApp number, or you can literally just go to the what's it called? Go to the Google form that is actually posted on there, and you should be able to access the application and apply. And once you do, they will notify us, and we can just go ahead and review it, and we get back to you guys as soon as possible. So the information, the details are on the flyer.
Okay. 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 So we can let go of you. Just give her your last shot now quickly, and then you can go.
Thank you so much for bringing me in on here. Really appreciate it. And again, I'm looking forward to being there in Liberia very soon, and again, exploring the culture and see what best to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Take care.
Thank you for
Okay.
coming up, and yeah, you listen to him, James. Oh, man, I got press a
Yeah,
lot of.
I think so I think it's good. Liberia actually we have some beautiful, culture here that need to be portrayed out there to the world. And I think having shows of people, coming over, I think that is just going to boost, most especially the art and culture of our country. Um, we hope that a lot of Liberians will have interest. You can go and apply it. Williams, I think after the show, you can also post, the flyers so that interested candidates can look forward to, applying. I
Yeah,
think that is really going to be cool. You can take advantage, like you listen to him. There will be a prize, a prize for the
two
winner.
hundred $6.
Yeah, 1,000, okay, 1,000 plus. So that is huge. If you can win that money, I think that can help you to start something great. And it's not just for the money, but it's something that's going to explode your talents. So I
Yeah.
think Liberians can take advantage of it.
Yeah, let me just play this short quickly from the LDA boss. You know, the last time we were here, we are speaking about the officers' behavior against a female, and we saw a press conference from the acting DA boss talking about the dismissal of those individual. For investigative journalism, you have to stick behind these kind of causes and have a full and final course of your investigation coming to a conclusion. So we just jump into it a little bit and get into our main discussion because we don't have a lot of time, and journalism is time.
Yeah, you're right.
ECP, Teacher Diabo. Chief, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency, we welcome you, thank you for honoring our invitation to this press conference. The LDA remains resolute and unwavering in its commitment to restore dignity, professionalism, discipline, and public confidence in the operations of the agency. As part of our ongoing reform and rebranding agenda, the administration has adopted and continue to enforce a zero tolerance policy toward misconduct at all levels. Let me be clear, unprofessional behavior will not be condoned under any circumstances within the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. In furtherance of this commitment, the agency continues to make deliberate investments in capacity building and institutional strengthening. Currently, 110 LDA officers are undergoing professional training at the Liberia National Police Training Academy. Additionally, arrangements are underway for several senior officers to partake in specialized in-service training programs. These initiatives are intended to reinforce discipline, strengthen professionalism, and align the agencies with best practices in modern law enforcement. It is against this backdrop of reform and accountability that the administration of the LDA mandated the Board of Internal Inquiry professional standards to conduct a comprehensive administrative investigation into allegations of assault involving Officer Solomon Bondo and Faith Willie. The incident under review reported occurred on January 6, 2026, and involved a female suspect who was in the custody of the agency. Instead of adhering to establish administrative procedures and due process requirements, the professional standard ensured that both officers were afforded full procedural fairness throughout the investigation. This process included the voluntary submission of written statements, responsive to structural questionnaires, a cross-examination conducted during the inquiry. During the course of the investigation, Officer Solomon Bondo and Faith Willie admitted to slapping the suspect. Both officers fully acknowledged their actions constituted a violation of the LDA Code of Conduct. They expressed remorse and tender apologies are reflected in the complaint deposition, section 5.9, page 37, under section 45.8 of the LDA Code of Conduct. Such actions are classified as serious unprofessional conduct. Under the LDA Administrative Due Process Framework, investigative findings are categorized as unfounded, exonerated, not sustained, or unsustained. Based on the officer's admissions and the totality of the evidence gathered, the Board of Internal Inquiry and Professional Standards determined that the allegation against both officers is sustained. In accordance with section 45.8 of the LDA Code of Conduct on serious unprofessional conduct. In view of the findings, the Board of Internal Inquiry and Professional Standards are recommended the following: that the findings of sustained be formally applied in this matter pursuant to the relevant provision of the LDA Code of Conduct. That Officer Solomon Bondo and Faith Willie be terminated from the Drug Enforcement Agency for serious professional misconduct. That the agency reaffirm its uncompromising position that there is no room for unprofessional behavior within the LDA.
I don't know James' life. Hope he comes back. Hope he comes back. I think the LDA acting boss said it all per what he had to say, and the main part I wanted for us to hear was the termination of them, meaning I guess he wanted to say we terminate them from the job or we terminate their contract. Maybe they were a contractor for the DA. Kudos to them. From our angle, I think it's the right thing. Carrying on such an act against a citizen, and not just a citizen, but a female, respectfully. We were trained as African, as Liberians, to respect women at all costs, at all times. So again, I think is the right thing. The DA, through its acting director general, did by terminating them from their duties as officer, and one of those guys as someone who we live in the same, not the same neighborhood, but the same Tuporo here, and that is exactly what he said, James.
Yeah, so let's appreciate the you know the ODA, like we said already, that the guys are quite in job. Uh, the only thing is that they should perform their duties professionally. Are you getting me?
It's I'm about to add you again. I don't know which one of this. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, like we said, all of the guys are being getting an echo.
I gotta get one of your stuff out of this. All right, go ahead. Is it okay now?
Yeah, better. So the guys are doing well, and we look forward to them, performing their duties professionally. So like the other day, the guys that were in the video, they didn't perform, well, and yeah, the LDA have to let them go, discharging them of their position or from duties. So this is just going to send a signal out to a lot of them that are in the LDA, including the other joint security as well, that you must be able to, perform or operate in the standard profession, right? As a security or as a law enforcement officer. So the guys went unprofessional, and I think the LDA, this decision is something that is welcoming, and we look forward to um, most of the time for them, taking some of these action so that it's going to serve as a deterrent to other folks. Like he said, there are other people who are going on a training. And the other day, we were recommending that some of those that should be undergoing training of sharks, at least they should have a little bit knowledge on, the laws, what they are required to do, what they are not to do. It's not just the physical aspect of it that the guys will be trained how to make arrest. Yes, but at least give them some knowledge on their own right as well, where they stop and where they should stop as a law enforcement officer and what they need to do and all of that. I think that should be included as well in their training so that they can always perform professionally, and that is going to be a part for us as Liberians.
Thank you so much, James. There's a sodomization case involving, someone from one of these security institution. Let me give credit to um, Verite for Verite News for this leak audio, which was being investigated by my colleague Achi Burhan. I know Burhan, that brother from the South East, his last name is easy. Yeah. Let's play this leak.
Yes, Brian.
Yeah, Burhan. Let's play this leak audio, right? And listen to what the person being sodomized by this individual, the mother of the individual, had to say it through this leak audio.
So that's why we are not rushing things too much because the man is behind bars as we speaking.
They have arrested him?
They are all they arrested him this morning. The people still up here.
No, his people?
No, the police.
Oh,
I
okay.
said women and children protection. The
Oh, okay.
anti-war people were all here last night calling us because we are supposed to have a safety.
Yeah, sure.
So they already arrested him based upon some. He was there at first. They said they were only for questioning. And then because he said he didn't know the child, he don't know anyone of us, he don't know the child, he haven't seen the child came into his fence. God, and the people that are investigating that are error.
Oh, okay.
So based upon, they went to the hospital to the child and the child can talk. Based upon their crew, they decided to keep him there.
Oh, okay.
They came to the house and not to him, to get fat because they bought the strap, the error, any place. This is a typical of the picture and see and see if the description, the thing in there, actually, so.
Okay.
So I'm waiting. Oh, yeah, so, banana.
So how the man come on? How the little boy come on?
The boy trying, you. I thought boy thinking he trying. I think he responded to treatment small and thing.
No, okay.
They are the treatment they giving him, bringing all the water, the fluid just coming from all of him. Although he licking, and they put asking us to get pimples and things for him. So
Okay.
the clothes can be messing on him, be changing through all because he was not alone.
What?
That was he and two other guys. Big, huge men.
Imagine 2 other guys with doggy.
Yeah, he identified all of them. We even got their photos. So that's why this is not something to rush.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So,
As a journalist, I think this should be my third time coming across, situation like this. And it's sad because if you literally see how the person would go through some level of traumatization and stigmatization as well for the family. It tells you that basically um, these things are just so bad, so very, very bad, so very, very bad. And yeah, you listen to it, and I guess you read an article about the situation, James, of this. Um,
Yeah, yeah. So I saw the information, and this in fact has already posed a serious, stuff on the NSA because that's where they believe that uh, the guy who did the artwork, uh, his name as mentioned, I think it's one Jala, Tempon Jala, one Pon Jala, uh, who has been alleged from the national uh, security, right? That's the NSA. So this raises series of questions about power and also abuse of authority because oftentimes some of these things will happen or because somebody think that they have the power and so they can do it and then they're just going to go scot free. So these are questions is also risking. But there are a few things that need to be done in this case. One thing is due process. So and also zero tolerance. That is, uh, the victim should be respected and the case should follow all other due process. That is, uh, getting a fair trial because in Liberia, sometimes most of these things will happen because people are in a bigger positions. And, at the end of the day, we want to listen to it in the news for 1 or 2 weeks. Let's say a week can be enough. And the next thing is that it will go silent. We don't want this to happen that way because we're talking about the NSA here, and it's one of the, major or concerning area when it comes to our country, and this should not be happening. In fact, in Liberia, as of the 21st century, where Liberia have also signed to other human rights, uh, uh, other human rights stuff, and all of that. So it should not be happening right now in Liberia. So, and like I said again, we need fair trial. Yeah, a fair trial need to be done, and the kid need to be protected right now. I think the government need to get involved. The government need to get involved so that that kid can be protected, and this should be done fairly, transparently, so that everyone will see. It's not going to be something that will be, because this guy work with the maybe in one of the ministries and all of that. So we're just going to do it anyway. I don't think that will actually give a good face to Liberia because mind you, all of these things that is happening, people are watching, and these are some of the things or evidence that people can look at in the country, and when they are coming over their report and all of that, sometimes we are like, how these people manage to get all of these reports? These are all of the things that I look at. So uh, it should be done fairly. And I'll repeat again, the kid or The victim now need to be protected. The government need to come in very swiftly so that this cannot, go the other way because his life may be involved right now because we told that two other guys are on the run. We don't know what may be their intent or what could be their next action, towards that kid. So his life need to be protected. We look forward to other maybe organizations, coming in to providing some medication for him as well. He need to go on a medication, very serious one, because if you look at the guy who has been alleged, uh, the Bone Jala guy, and we haven't seen the kid, but I think it's something that is just unimaginable, right? To have seen that kind of a guy that is being alleged, to have sodomized a 15-year-old boy, that alone tells you that the kid is serious. Yeah, so we go on other organizations to come into this case very seriously. This is not something that should go on the cover again. That it should just come in the public today. Tomorrow we cannot hear again. Here, so it's a very grave allegation for the NSA, and the government need to work swiftly so that investigation can be done, and this cannot go into silence. Williams.
Yeah, so it's literally a grave allegation, like you said, right? And again, the government through the Liberia National Police needs to be able to handle this case properly, in the sense that if we take our mind back to cases of these situations, and every time when these things are leveled against government officials, we see that these cases just go on the carpet and nobody talks about them. If we have to name a lot of them, we will start naming from the legs of former Minister Brian McGill. I don't know, I should say former or suspended Minister Brian McGill, and the list goes on and on and on. And the issue of sodomization is the same as the issue of rape to a female. Uh, you have, according to the mother, alleging that there were even more than one huge individuals or huge people that sodomized this young guy. And the mother even saying in the clip when Archie tried to, do further call that her son is on Pampers, and a whole lot of horrible things happening to him from the Bahan. So it shows how wicked people are if this is proven, and also uh, the Bunjala individual plus his associates being named into this situation needs to be given, a perfect space to prove themselves not guilty, just in case if they say they are not guilty of the crime. And our country Liberia needs to do better. And I think there should be some NGOs and organizations that will be able to protect this individual, because these are people that work with institutions of government and that are into the security sector. And we don't know the others yet. Like you rightly said, they are on the run. We should now have a situation that uh, we think more security forces should now be at the home of the boy, and to be able to uh, literally carry out the safety of the boy and his parents. So again, that's exactly how bad things are for our country, and more precisely for um, this place we call Liberia, and sodomizing your fellow man is so very bad. It's so very bad. I don't know if James is on, but I can say, sodomizing your fellow man is very, very bad. Very bad. Yeah, you can be that wicked. You can be. And then what do you expect for the parent of the boy or for someone to be excited of what you do? I think the police should take this case very serious and the public should be informed about the outcome of this case and how everything is going with this particular case. We should be serious here. We should be very serious. We should. Because this is not something small. This is not. But I'll take it like that and we will close the photo this case. I myself will try to see if I can be able to reach out to the mother of the individual and literally be able to come out and talk about these situations and how the investigation is going. So we'll make every means possible to reach out to the mother of the victim and be able to reach out and get more details and how the situation is going with the investigation as well. So James, can we conclude on what about talking points tonight?
Yeah, so it has been a wonderful, wonderful show here tonight, and we want to appreciate our guest who was here also sharing his own, thought about Liberia, most especially the film industry, and want you to take advantage of it, Liberians that are following. I think some of these things are just meant for you to showcase your talent out there to the world as well. So on the NSA issue, what I would say here, I think this is a test of our judiciary system. Again, this is going to be a test for our judiciary system as to how this case will be handled. It's going to tell Liberians, you know, what system of the judiciary branch of government we have, you know, is going to prove clearly to the Liberians. Because if the judicial branch of government cannot be run based on political, affiliation and all of that, then the Liberian people can have that trust or that confidence once again in the judiciary system. But I tell you right now, if you want to do a survey as to whether the Liberian people actually has that confidence or that trust in the judicial branch of government, you're going to be having around, let's say, 60, yeah, 60% of Liberia. Let's say around 50% of Liberians that still have that trust, but the remaining 50 don't have the trust. So some of these cases are just there to prove uh, further beyond as to whether the guys are still upholding uh, the necessary their duties to perform to the Liberian people so that that trust can once more be imposed in government or the judicial system of our country. And again, this is going to be a test for institutional integrity because the institution, the NSA, need to cooperate fully. If there will be any investigation, they need to cooperate with any other investigation that will be conducted so that this case will not just be dashed away like other cases that have happened in Liberia. The LDA. That was a good step from the OIC, and I think he need to, do more training for his guys. But they are doing excellently well when it comes to the fight against drug, and we want to, appreciate them at this moment, and we look forward for them doing more so that at least we all can fight to eradicate drugs from our country. Williams, it has been a wonderful time, and we're going to be here again by God's willing next week Tuesday.
Thank you so much, James. And it was a great being on the show with you tonight. Let me say kudos to Abel. Abel is a good friend and my former boss because we used to work together before. And Abel is passionate about, exploring the movie industry, especially for Liberia. And well, the last is a great project. Imagine you signing off for free and walking away with $1,000 plus. It's a plus for you depending on how you would go about that. So we'll also post the link and that of the flyer again, which of course we always been promoting the event, the show. Abel will be here soon to be able to put some things in place, and like you hear from him, April hopefully the production will kickstart. And so the DA, I think it's a great move by the acting boss of the DA. These guys needs to undergo some professional training and to be very professional, and not just them but our security sector. When I heard that in his press conference, I was very, very happy that they took some of our advice. I don't know, however, and again, I will try to make some arrangement with the PRO for the DA so we can talk about their workings in the coming days as we progress with the show. As of next week, we're hoping that you guys can be able to join us and basically talk about how we discuss these topics, and your own contributions to the discussion will help us a lot. To the judicial system of our country, the Liberia National Police as well, this alleged allegation against Bon Jala, who is believed to be an NSA personnel, needs to be handled properly. The family needs to get justice if this is proven, and it shouldn't go like Bryant McGill case that we saw around here. My name is William McGill, and we like to bid all of you a wonderful and a great weekend from my end. Until then, celebrating Star, and we leave you with our theme song.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Genevieve. I wonder how you made your headlines in the press release today.